Yeah, can you talk a little bit about when you started skating when you were younger, where
Yeah,
you were and where you're from and all that?
totally. Yeah. So I started skateboarding in 1989. I'm originally from Europe. I grew up in Slovenia, and I actually am extremely happy that I went through the 90s, early 90s era. So I started skating in 1989, and the early 90s were extremely important part in skateboarding because that was a transition that we transitioned from the big shape decks to the popsicle decks that we skate today.
Sure.
So and I went through that, you know. So I was really happy about that, and changing in apparel, starting with streetwear, right in the 90s, and then the shoes and all that, like the skate shoes, entering the market. So yeah, it was awesome.
Cool, man. Yeah, it must have been crazy to kind of like grow up in that time. You see people like the Gons, first board slide on the handrail and stuff like that. Jason Lee, right? Like
Well, it
early
was
90s.
it was the Gons and Nadas were like
Nadas, yeah.
the two early street skaters, the early pioneers. Yeah, it was crazy because when those guys
Yeah, changing
were skating
everything.
street, it was like unheard of because everybody was skating vert. So yeah, definitely it was very inspirational. So basically every time we went skateboarding, we watched like a video on a VHS to get hyped, and then we went skating.
So, how old were you when you moved out of Slovenia?
So I was 20.
20, okay.
Yeah, I was 20 when I landed in Santa Monica, and we had an apartment with another skater slash artist, Chase out of Europe, and then with homie from Kansas City.
Cool.
So we had an apartment. So Chase and Alec, and it was cool. Yeah, right next to the courthouse.
So you started skating in Slovenia, yeah?
Yes, I started skating.
How long
That's right, 1989.
89,
Yep.
yeah. So you maybe, how old were you when you started skating, I guess? What would that be?
I was like 17.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
cool. Okay.
pretty late,
So
yeah.
you're just kind of like still getting started and having fun with it, 3 years into it, and then Santa Monica, like right in the epicenter of everything.
Maybe I was like 16 or something. Like
Yeah.
I started a little bit late. Yeah. So yeah, basically I started late, but I got really into it fast, and it was 24/7 skateboarding.
For sure.